Humanity's last best mistake. The intergalactic Peacekeepers, an ancient coalition of elder species, had long believed in managing the development of new civilizations. For millions of years, they ensured that no species advanced too quickly, pruning those that threatened the delicate balance of power. When necessary, their influence was subtle, engineering conflicts, controlling resource availability, sabotaging key technological advancements, all done to ensure no upstart species disrupted the status quo. But humanity was different. Unlike most civilizations which followed predictable technological and societal trajectories, humans advanced in spurts of chaotic brilliance. Every attempt to slow them down, economic manipulation, political division, even outright subversion, only made them more resilient. They did not progress in neat, controlled stages, but in wild leaps, often bypassing expected technological milestones in ways that defied standard models. What began as soft containment soon turned into an emergency intervention. If humanity could not be controlled, it would have to be eliminated. It was the worst mistake the Peacekeepers ever made. The Galactic Accord, the ruling body of the Peacekeepers, consisted of several powerful factions, each with their own interests in halting humanity's expansion. The most influential faction of the Peacekeepers, the Curators, believed that all civilizations must follow an orderly, gradual development. Their archivists had predicted that humanity was moving too fast, bypassing key development stages that all advanced species were meant to experience. Their solution was simple: redirect humanity's trajectory through controlled interventions. They sabotaged key resource acquisitions, making sure humans had just enough to survive, but not enough to thrive. They manipulated AI governance algorithms to stagnate human scientific development, ensuring discoveries happened at a safe pace. They infiltrated economic institutions, using subtle financial warfare to keep humanity locked in perpetual instability. But every time they applied pressure, humanity adapted faster than expected, rendering their interference useless. The Dominion, a telepathic species that prided itself on cultural assimilation, believed humanity was too independent, too unpredictable. They attempted to introduce pacification nanites into human populations, altering brain chemistry to reduce aggression. Humanity's immune system adapted too quickly, rendering the nanites useless. They attempted thought-sharing programs to integrate human minds into a collective intelligence. Instead, humans used the network to corrupt and manipulate their hosts. They engineered false flag operations, making it seem as though humans were responsible for interstellar crimes to isolate them diplomatically. Humans hacked into their systems, proving the Dominion's lies to the galaxy. This faction specialized in hiding civilizations before they reached a dangerous technological threshold. Normally, they used stealth technology to quietly isolate developing species, convincing them they were alone in the universe. They suppressed radio signals from Earth, attempting to convince humans that their broadcasts never reached the stars. They disguised themselves as human authorities, manipulating global events to keep humanity focused on internal struggles. They seeded misinformation, ensuring that every sign of alien life was dismissed as conspiracy or myth. And yet, despite their best efforts, humanity kept looking up at the stars. Eventually, the Peacekeepers made the fateful decision. Humanity had to be wiped out. When humanity cracked the secret of superluminal travel, the Peacekeepers panicked. The time for subtlety had ended. a full-scale military intervention was declared. The extermination fleet was mobilized. What they didn't anticipate was that humanity had been preparing for war long before they even knew about the Peacekeepers. When the first Peacekeeper fleet arrived in the Sol system, they expected an easy victory. What they encountered was an interstellar meat grinder. Kinetic Hellfire Humanity's orbital defenses used hyper-accelerated railgun slugs moving at relativistic speeds, punching through energy shields and shattering capital ships before they could fire a single shot. Decentralized warfare. Unlike the centralized command structures of the Peacekeeper fleets, human forces operated in independent AI-assisted battle groups, making coordinated strikes nearly impossible to counter. Reverse-engineered chaos. Every piece of alien technology that had been sabotaged in secret was repurposed into advanced weaponry. Every failed AI containment program, every failed attempt at suppression, humanity turned it all against them. The Peacekeepers, faced with a war they were not prepared to win, tried to retreat. Humanity did not let them. Human infiltration. The same Peacekeeper factions that had sought to infiltrate humanity now found themselves infiltrated. Human operatives, trained in cyber warfare and intelligence disruption, hacked, manipulated, and dismantled Peacekeeper infrastructure from within. The Nemesis Doctrine. Humanity deployed Nemesis fleets, black ops units that used advanced stealth technology to strike at Peacekeeper strongholds in deep space. No one ever saw them coming. Forced evolution human genetic engineering programs were pushed to the extreme, creating specialized post-human warriors who could survive in zero-G combat, resist psionic attacks, and adapt in real time. In less than a decade, the Peacekeepers went from being the unchallenged rulers of the galaxy to a fractured, desperate alliance fighting for survival. The war ended not with a treaty, but with humanity forcing the Peacekeepers to admit their defeat. The Peacekeeper Council was dissolved. Humanity's demand was simple: no more secret galactic rulers. Every civilization had the right to evolve freely. No more forced stagnation, no more hidden hands controlling the fate of billions. The elder species, once so assured of their dominance, were now forced to face the reality of an uncontrolled future. Technology suppression was outlawed. No species would ever again be forced into stagnation. The advanced scientific knowledge hoarded by the Peacekeepers for millennia was unlocked and distributed. Breakthroughs in propulsion, medicine, and artificial intelligence that had been deliberately hidden were now available to all. The galaxy was about to experience a technological explosion like never before. The truth was revealed. The history of the Peacekeeper interventions was broadcast across every known civilization. The atrocities committed in the name of peace, the forced collapses of promising species, the manipulation of entire galactic economies, all of it was exposed. Civilizations that had once trusted them now turned on their former rulers, demanding accountability. Uprisings spread across the core worlds of the Peacekeeper species, their populations outraged at the lies they had been fed for generations. The final blow came when humanity refused to take their place as the new rulers of the galaxy. They left no power vacuum, because they had ensured that no single power could ever rule again. With the Peacekeepers dismantled, a new interstellar order was established. No species would ever be held back again. No civilization would be erased for growing too fast. The right to self-determination became the cornerstone of galactic society. No authority would dictate the future of others. Governments rose and fell based on merit, not ancient decrees from an unseen oligarchy. Humanity had not just survived the Peacekeepers' attempt to control them. They had broken the very idea that any civilization had the right to control another. In the aftermath, the former Peacekeeper worlds, now stripped of their influence, had to decide what they would become in this new era. Some collapsed, unable to function without the power structures that had defined them for eons. And at the heart of this new era stood humanity, not as conquerors, but as guardians of progress. They shared their discoveries, expanded the frontiers of science, and helped rebuild the civilizations that had been suppressed for so long. The irony was not lost on the elder species. The very race they had tried to eradicate had become the defenders of everything they claimed to protect. In time, new civilizations would rise, new challenges would come, but one thing was certain. The Peacekeepers had tried to stop humanity. Instead, they had ensured that humanity would lead the way forward forever. With the Peacekeepers dismantled, a new interstellar order was established. No species would ever be held back again. No civilization would be erased for growing too fast. No authority would dictate the future of others. And at the heart of this new era stood humanity, not as conquerors, but as guardians of progress. The Peacekeepers had tried to stop them. Instead, they had ensured that humanity would lead the way forward.